Good morning. I want to start by asking you a question. What is the one thing that truly makes you feel alive? What activity, what idea, what challenge makes you lose track of time? Hold on to that thought. Today, I want to talk about the forces that shape a meaningful life and a successful career. It's not about secrets or shortcuts, it's about passion, failure, mindset, and the courageous choices you make along the way. First, let's talk about passion. I believe passion is a gift from above. It is not something you can rationally choose from a list of options. It is a force that finds you. Your job is to be ready for it. You have to stay alert to what genuinely excites and energizes you. You have to keep searching, trying new things, and exploring interests even if they seem impractical. When you find your passion, it is an amazing gift. It becomes your internal compass, guiding you and helping you understand your purpose. It is the difference between having a job, a career, and a calling. A job is something you do for a paycheck, a career is a path you climb, but a calling is a deep-seated conviction that you are doing the work you were meant to do. That is the ultimate goal. Now, I don't think finding your passion is actually that hard. Most of us, even as children, have a clear sense of what we love. The real challenge is that we allow our rational side to get in the way. That inner voice of doubt says, that's not a safe career, or you're not good enough, or what will people think? We let logic and fear put a fence around our passions. We have to tear down that fence. As a leader, one of my most important jobs is to encourage people to be braver, to quiet that rational voice and take a leap of faith into what truly drives them. But passion, on its own, isn't enough. It must be paired with courage. The courage to take bold action and, more importantly, the courage to fail. When you pursue anything worthwhile, you will inevitably face failures. Many of your best ideas will be experiments where, frankly, you have no clue if they will succeed. Experimentation is fundamentally built on a foundation of failure. But here is the crucial part: a few standout successes will always make up for countless failed attempts. At Amazon, we live this principle. Our successes with Amazon Web Services, Kindle, and Prime are now legendary, and they form the core of our business. But for every one of those wins, there were countless other ideas that didn't work. I have personally overseen and invested in billions of dollars of failures. You might remember ventures like Pets.com or Cosmo from the early internet days. They didn't succeed. But that isn't the point. The real tragedy is not failure itself. The tragedy is when a company or a person stops trying because they become fearful of failure. When that happens, their fate is sealed. All they can do is desperately cling to what they have until the world moves on without them. The companies and individuals who truly thrive are the ones who dare to take big risks and innovate on a large scale. Failure isn't just an option. It is the price of admission for invention. This brings me to the mindset required for innovation. It is a paradox, a delicate balance between two opposing forces. On one hand, to invent something new, you must become an expert. You have to dive deep, learn nonstop, and master your field. There's no way around it. But expertise can also be a trap. It can build biases and box you into a limited way of thinking, what some call the curse of knowledge. So, on the other hand, you must simultaneously maintain a beginner's mindset. You have to be able to look at a problem with fresh eyes, as if you were seeing it for the very first time, even though you were an expert. This is incredibly difficult. It requires conscious, deliberate effort to ask naive questions, to challenge your own assumptions, and to listen to outsiders who aren't constrained by the rules of your field. A true inventor masters both of these skills. This dual mindset extends to how you execute your vision. You need to be stubborn and flexible at the same time. Be absolutely stubborn on your core vision, the what and the why. If you aren't, you'll give up at the first obstacle. But you must be incredibly flexible on the details, the how. As you work to make your vision a reality, you will inevitably discover that some of your initial assumptions were wrong. You have to be humble enough and agile enough to adapt your approach without abandoning the mission. Turning a great idea into a product that improves people's lives takes relentless grit, but also the wisdom to pivot when necessary. So, how do we apply these ideas to our own lives and careers? I want to leave you with a few principles that have guided me. First, be proud of your choices, not your talents. Talents are gifts. You can be grateful for them, but they aren't your accomplishment. Being naturally good at math or art or sports is a matter of luck. the choice to work hard, to practice relentlessly, and to push that talent to its absolute limit. That is something you can be truly proud of. Second, don't chase trends. It's tempting. We all saw it during the dot-com bubble of 1999, and you can see it in every gold rush throughout history. People abandon stable paths to chase what's hot, hoping to strike it rich. Most of the time, this doesn't lead to long-term satisfaction. True fulfillment comes from pursuing something that is authentically your own. And this leads to my final, and perhaps most important, piece of advice: the regret minimization framework. It's a simple but powerful tool for making life's biggest decisions. When you're at a crossroads, project yourself forward to the age of 80. Look back on your life from that perspective and ask yourself, which path will I regret less? This isn't about small regrets, like buying the wrong phone. It's about the big stuff. Will I regret not starting that business? Will I regret not spending more time with my family? Will I regret not telling someone I love them? For me, this framework made the decision to start Amazon crystal clear, and today, it guides my personal life. I have a young son, and when I am balding, I want to know that I was fully present to watch him grow up. I don't want to look back and regret missing out on those precious, unrepeatable moments. This framework helps you cut through the noise of short-term pressures and social expectations, and focus on what will truly matter to you in the end. It encourages you to think long-term, to build a life story that you will be proud of. So, as you move forward, I urge you to do these things. Stay alert for that gift of passion. When it finds you, don't let your rational mind talk you out of it. Embrace boldness. Understand that failure isn't the opposite of success. It's a stepping stone on the path to it. Cultivate the inventor's mindset. Be a stubborn expert with a beginner's humble heart. And finally, live your life in a way that your 80-year-old self will thank you for. Minimize your regrets. Be the author of your own life story. Make it a great one. Thank you.